Well, welcome to Nectar Prime Accounting Solutions. This is CA Premier package which we are trying to explore today. Good Friday, which is a holiday. So now I thought of maybe we can look at what is bookkeeping. I know it sounds a little bit weird, bookkeeping, but trust me, many people find bookkeeping quite challenging. That's why today I thought that maybe I can share with you the simple knowledge of bookkeeping which we have. Okay, so without wasting our time, let's go through it and see what happens there and why bookkeeping is so important. Okay, I'll try to log in and see how we apply bookkeeping in this package. Okay, the first thing which we need to do is to check. Uh, allow me to check first the trial balance if there is anything there, so that I know where to start it from. If there is nothing, then we can straight go on. So as you can see, there is literally nothing in this package. So we'll start it. To start anything, when you are dealing with the general ledger, always your first thing which you need to look at is the chart of accounts. The chart of accounts is found here. So the chart of accounts tells you the mapping, how the accounts are mapped. Okay, those which belongs to fixed asset family, current asset, liabilities, expenses, revenue. It will be able to you'll be able to see it. You can print this so that uh, you can use it as yardstick. Those which are not there, you can create it. Okay, so that's really how it is. So it's simple like that. So now, if you don't want the 400 series, you can create your own account which starts maybe with the 500 series. Okay, I'll show you one how to create that 500 series so that you have an idea how this works. So let's assume that okay, maybe for 500 series, we want to create an account called uh, provision for electricity. Okay, so what you do is you simply come here, you select new, then you say here, okay, uh, here you create this one. So you say like this. This is from the chart of account. I've simply added 500. I want those to be under the 500 series. So here I'll simply say provisions for electricity. Electricity. Okay. Now, this is an expense account. So I'll assign it to an expense account, which is this one. Okay. Then add it here. Then let me create also provision for water. So, okay. So this is the way how you put from this same series. The best if you want, you can create the chart of account in Excel. Then you just transfer it there. So, okay. So that one was 001. So this one will be 002. So here I'll say provision for water. Then I'll assign it to an expense account category. So close it there. So now, since we don't have anything, the first starting point is you put the opening balances. So now, to put the opening balances in the journal ledger, you always go to create a journal there. So here, uh, let's say we are putting everything today, which is the 18th. Okay, so I'll say opening balances, opening balances. Okay, so now instead of putting all these stuff, customers and suppliers, I'll leave it for now. I just want to show you the pure general ledger. Those you can do the sub ledgers on your own later. Okay. or have a topic for the same. But the method of putting the opening balance is the same. If you are dealing with the customers, you simply select the customer here. If you are dealing with the suppliers, you select the supplier here. Okay, that's it. Yeah. So here, let's start. So we'll say share capital. Okay, opening balance share capital. I think there is nothing Greek here. This is the simplest thing. So 20,000, this is the current share capital. So the corresponding account always goes to reserves and the surplus. That's way how you post the opening balances. They land in reserves and the surplus. Okay. So here it will be debit, right? Mhm. So here, let me demonstrate something before we move far. So if I save this and close here, then I come here. If you want to print that journal, you can print it where? Here. Okay? Yeah. You want to print, you can print it here. There are some people who like printing everything and make another file. Some they don't want that. Okay? So this is the journal which we just created. Okay? So now, yeah. As you can see, it's properly the person who created everything is there. So what is the journal number now? Number 7. All right. Yeah. So we close it here. So now the only thing which you need to do for it to go in the accounts, you post it. Authorize posting means you are authorizing it. Okay. So if you are not authorizing anything, nothing goes in there. So I've authorized that. So if I check now my trial balance, I will have I'll have those two entries here. Okay, they start building now. Okay, this time I shouldn't expect a zero or no data. I should expect some data. You can see this is the way how it is. Reserves and whatever. Yeah, it balances off. This the trial balance is built on its own automatically. Okay. If you want to export it to Excel, you can export it to Excel. Okay. Yeah. So that's what happens here. So even your balance sheet, it is built in also automatically. If I do this, okay, see what happens now. Okay. I hope this will do. Let's see. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. So this one is not yet is building, but the reason why you are seeing that is telling me to say no, you haven't yet put some other supporting entries. So no problem about that. So now, so assuming that entry we want to reverse it, how are we going to reverse it? We need what we call automatic journal reversal. Okay. Maybe the finance manager is not okay with it the way we posted it. You can reverse it here. You simply say copy it. Yeah. Then when you do that, then you can come here. You see it is now assigned to number 8. Yeah. So this is the one. So you see it's now minus minus. So you save it, then okay. After saving it, okay, you post it. Post it. Yes. Yeah. Post. Yes. Okay. Post. Yes. Great. So now, when you come here, we shouldn't expect anything. So before we do this, let's see what happens. Yeah. Let's see what happens. Yeah. Mhm. Yeah, there's no data because we reversed that. Now, suppose we have realized to say, no, 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 actually, we reversed that entry wrongly. How do we reinstate it? Let me see. Can we reinstate it? I think we can reinstate that one. Yeah, so this one. Okay. Then we try to reinstate it. All right. So it should have assigned journal number 9. So, okay, it has come here. So we save it, close it. Yeah. Post it here. Post. Yes. Yeah. Successful. Okay. Post again. Successive. Now let's see if it is reinstated. All right. Please follow me carefully. These are simple things which you need to be doing. Okay. I will check here. It is what has happened to it. Yeah. Mhm. Yeah. Now it reinstated. You see? Yeah. So it's reinstated here. Okay. So everything is zero. You check here the balances. It's the same 20. Nothing has changed. Okay. Yeah. So everything is okay with us. So now I've shown you how to reinstate the channel, how to reverse it. All those things are done. So now the next thing which we need to do, let's now load the other opening balances. Okay. So let's say this time around we have to load in the cash books. Okay. So we can say, okay, fine. Uh, Cash books. So here we say opening balances. And we have to post all the opening balances. All right. So now here we have bank or Bank of Kitwe. Yeah. So okay, opening balances. But please write something sensible here. Okay. Balance, opening balance. Okay. Azoni. Okay. 18th March. April, sorry. April 2025. Let's assume that's when we are starting. Yes, I'll copy this one so that I don't have to type it again. This one, let's say it has 100,000. Yeah. Then again we have bank oh bank of what? Let's see. Now this one Bank of Lusaka. All right. Opening balance 50,000 or maybe 500,000. Again, Bank of okay, which one again? These are cash books which we are creating. Bank of Chingora. These are purely cash books anyway. Yeah. Maybe here there is only 35,000. Watch. Okay. Yeah. Right. So now, after that, remember all these will run in reserves. So now we say reserves and the surplus. Okay. Yeah. So how much? 635,000. Yeah, this same amount which is here, it has already added for you. You don't have to do anything. Okay, so save there. That's all. Close. Post. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. You post it here. Yeah. Now there are some situations where before you post, you want to simulate. You can simulate it here so that you see the transaction. Who has posted it? It also shows here. The reason why you need this screen, you need to see. First, you are the person, the finance manager authorizing these entries. You need to see how accurate they are. Okay? Yeah. Once you are happy with that, then you can authorize it here. Okay? Post. That's it. It's gone. Mhm. So that when you come here now, or if you want to use this one, okay, this one is for the entire periods, all the periods. If you want, you can use this one. It's the same thing anyway. Yeah. So these are your entries which you have brought in. Okay. Everything is there, or everything is balancing. Okay. Now, so now in this case, let's see, road maybe some expenses. So a few expenses anyway. Yeah, we have a few invoices which we have received. You go there. Remember, we are dealing with the general ledger. General ledger processing only for now. So you create them here. So you are going to say, okay, let's say everything is dated today. Yeah, if those others are dated which are, it's up to you to, you just change the date here so that you take them where they are supposed to be. So I'm assuming that all the invoices are dated today. So I'll say, okay, expenses. Mhm. Then here, I'll say maybe electricity expenses. We have, let's say invoice. Okay, invoicing number. Please put the correct detail here. Okay, it's good for your auditors. So let's say maybe here 500. Then salaries and wages. Okay, so salaries. For which month? That is March. Sorry, April. Okay, we are in April 2025. Let's say maybe you are using a small thing. Your company is small. Then we have stationery. Okay, stationery. How do we write it? Stay. Okay. Is it? Yeah, stationery and printing there. Invoice. Let's say this is the invoice number. If the account which you want is not there, you can save it, you go and create it. That's all. Okay. So maybe this is the invoice number. Here you have a figure like this. Okay. Yeah. Then you have maybe again depreciation. Okay. For fittings. Okay. D for April. Okay. Here maybe it's 2000. Okay. We end here for now. Okay. So apart from that, so for okay, first let's clear this one. Okay. So fittings, depreciation, it doesn't go to the cash flow, this one. You say D, or if you want, you can simply copy it from here. Just copy it from there. Instead of retyping, it's wasting time. You just do it like this. Okay. So now, these are the amounts here. Let's say you are using the Bank of Lusaka. So you are going to say, okay, Bank of Lusaka. Oh, okay. The amount came from Bank of Lusaka. That's where you got your cash. So you say expenses. Okay. Expenses. How much? 21,685. This is the balancing figure. You have seen it on top there. Yeah. So simply save it here. Cross. Yes. Then here. Post. Yes. Before posting, maybe you want to simulate it to see how those transactions are. So here, if there is a difference, you'll be able to see it here. If there is a difference here, you will not be able to save the channel. You will not be able to post the channel. Cross it here. So, okay. Post, yes. Yeah. So your trial balance now is also building there. So now the moment you post is also automatically building up. So you simply come here and select this like that. You select and preview here. Okay. You see, it's building up all those whatever entries which we have done. They are building up here. All right, no problem. So now, let's see, post an invoice, a castle. What happens with the castle? Does the castle also get automated to the trial balance? The answer is yes. So is it true? Yes. So you come here, you do it like this. So tax invoice, all right? Yeah. So let's say we have this item here, right? Yeah. Then four. Okay. How many items? Maybe five here. Yeah. Then we have also cars. All right. Sell. Yeah. Okay. Not car. These are not mapped already. Yeah. These you okay? So let's say yeah, this one. Yeah. Okay. Maybe 80 here. Then okay. Let's again maybe this one. Okay, all right. How many? 8 again. Okay, now the final one, let's see. I want one which has some good things. Okay, okay. All right, maybe again the same date. Now this time around, maybe these are supposed to be 30. Okay, let's see what happens. 30 here. All right, good. So we save here. After saving, okay, after saving here, we select this one. Let's see what happens here. Mhm. Wait a little bit. We hope ZRI. Okay, the ZRI is also active. It has signed that invoice. So let's check the invoice here. Okay, okay. This is our invoice which we have done. A tax invoice, automated. See, also registered there at ZRI. So this is the total amount which we have there. Okay, everything, VAT, everything there. So now, uh, after that, make sure that you print this document. If you don't print that document, the next time you open it, it will convert itself automatically to a copy invoice. So make sure you print that. So, okay, perfect. So I think I've explained. Let's see if we can try to post it. Yeah, post. Yes, it has gone to ZRI. Yeah, done. All right. So now, what does it mean? So since that amount, that invoice is seated under the customer ledger, the customer name is Castel. When you say Castels, these are customers who buy through Castels. This means that is pure cash. Okay, at the end of the day, the close of business or the following morning, all these Castels must be given to the accountant and journal them out to the cash box. Okay, if part of the Castles were not bank will not go to the bank. They must be journalized to whatever they are, either expenses or shortages or whatever it is. Okay. So now let's see what is lying there under Castle. Okay. Mhm. We do it like this under Castle. Since the Castle is mapped to data, so I'll select data here also. Yeah. Yeah. I'll select it to data. So you can see it's the same 37,400. This is where it has come. Tax invoice. Okay. This is the invoice number there. All right. But we are saying all these are cash sales. It's cash received. So now, yeah. So if you check this 37,400, you'll find that it's actually 37,400 in the total balance will be showing under debtors. Then the other balancing figure will be marked to what belongs to what's this? VAT, output VAT, and the actual revenue. What I'm saying is when you go to the total balance here, when you go to the total balance, this is what we are going to see for today. We are just dealing for today's date. Okay, review here. Hmm? Have you seen it? Up to VAT is 4,882. Okay, revenue is this. So if you add this plus this one, it will give you this. This is what I was talking about. You see, it comes automatically, and there is no way it can't balance. So the people, you don't need an accountant to do the sales. Let the people, even the receptionist, to handle that one. Yeah, because they will not know to say they are also doing the bookkeeping because the system does those things automatically. So there's no need to worry about that. It comes here automatically here. Your job is to simply collect the money. All right. So now, okay. Oh, sorry. Uh, yeah. So now, what I was saying, the cancels are mapped to data, but we have to transfer all this to receipt control so that when the cashier comes back from the bank, we will need to remove that money which he has banked to the specific bank where the money went. If there is a shortage, we debit the cashier. If the part of the money was used as expenses, we take them to expenses. So that at the end of the day, that receipt control should show zero. Anything that remains there means either a shortage or something has happened. Okay, I hope it's clear there. Let's move on. Mhm. So how do we do that? You simply need to come here and under receipt. Yeah, you'll be only dealing with the general journal, create a general journal yourself as an accountant, nothing else. Yeah. So here, what we do, we want to transfer to all the receipt to receipt control account. So we say receipts, receipts, okay, transfer. Good. Okay, we are transferring those receipts from the cash sales. You select the cash sales there. All right, the cash sales are mapped to debtors control account. So we are simply say receipt transfers. Okay, okay. How much are we transferring? We said we are transferring how much? 37,400. Yeah, to where receipts control account. Yeah. So we have put this waiting for allocation. Whatever is banked will be taken to the bank. So whatever is shortage will go to shortage. Whatever is expenses will be until the receipt control account becomes zero. So save here, right? Uh-huh. So now after that, you need to simply post here. Okay, what are we doing? We are posting this. Okay. So post that journal. Where is it? Here. All right. Post. Uh, yeah. Good. Posted. Mhm. So if we check now our trial balance here, okay, it will look like this. Mhm. Preview. Yeah. Now we have introduced the receipt control account here. Um, here you can see here it's now replacing the data. Okay, so much still when you add this plus that you still come back to this. Okay, so this account need to be zeroized at the end of the day. Okay, let's assume that the whole amount, okay, 37,000 went to Bank of Lusaka, while 400 kwacha was used as a fittings. Okay, repairs and maintenance. So all you need to do is simply come back here, yeah, and say, okay, fine, they have given me all the receipt, the deposit slips, because you are going to be given a deposit slip for 37,400 voucher for an invoice. That's all. So you simply say, okay, remember you'll be dealing with only this one, nothing else. So you come here and say, okay, everything is dated that same date. So you say transfers again. All right. So now here you come direct. You don't do anything here. You come direct here because you are dealing with only the general ledger. So you are going to say, okay, receipt control account. Okay. You have deposit slip, deposit slip. If it has a number, you put the number there. It's important for the auditors. Maybe this is the number. Okay. I don't know. So we said that 7,000 is there. The other one, receipt control again. We are saying invoicing number 445. This one 400. We are saying it went to repairs. So repairs. What am I doing? Repairs. Okay, and maintenance. It's not coming there. You simply do this. Maybe this is the one which you wanted to use. So you can copy this one. Just copy that one, no problem, and bring it here. It's okay. Yeah. So 400 comes here. We are debiting this account. Now that one we are saying it went to Bank of Lusaka. Okay. So you simply do this. So you select which one is Bank of Lusaka, this one. This is where it went. Now, which deposit? This one. So you copy that deposit narration and put it here. Okay. So how much? 87,000. Okay. You're done. So you save your journal there. Save, cross, then post, or before post, you want to simulate it. Yeah. Everything is okay. Cross. Then select posting here. Post, yes, successful. Now, let's see what has happened here. Right? So my trial balance, yeah. How does it look like now? Mhm. Oh, now we don't have receipt control. Yes, you won't have receipt control because it's zero. There's nothing there. And that is the correct thing. Okay. The money has gone to Bank of Lusaka. You see, we had an opening balance of 37, 500. Now it has increased by 37,000 kwacha. Okay. Yeah. So now, some of the items went in as expenses, things like that. Yeah. So everything is okay now. Yeah, there is a 400 kwacha which we paid, which we took it to repairs and maintenance, which is this one. Yeah. Yeah. At the end here, we don't have any problem. Everything is super. So now, at this point, I expect that you can now start reviewing your income statement. If you come here and say, okay, we can, if you want, we can even start it from here, 1st April, yeah, so that you don't get confused. So now we do it like this. We should be able to see our income statement building, you see. So this is our income statement building up. This is the revenue there minus the VAT. Okay, so these are the expenses which we have done. They are building up there. So we know how you can see it also calculates the profit which is there. Okay, so now if we write that 8,482.24. Okay, right. So we close here, yeah, and we go to, okay, let's see. I think even the balance sheet should be building by now. Yeah, let's try to check. We should be, unless otherwise, it should be building by now. Yeah. So even the balance sheet, as you can see, is building by now. Okay. So these are the balance sheet items which are there. VAT, this is a liability. You remember this one? The VAT is the one which comes through the sales. So it's an output, which means that it's a liability which is supposed to be paid to ZRA. So now we have the top there, 648, 365. Let's go and check the bottom part. The bottom part. Okay. Mhm. So you can check it here. Yeah, like this. Okay. So you can see it's also balancing here. Okay. Yeah. So this is the way how it is. The top part and the bottom part is also balancing automatically. You didn't do anything. It comes automatically. But if you don't want to use which are there, it's okay. You can do your own using the 12 balance which is there. Now, after doing this, let's now deal with the actual data. Let's now create a data customer. So we say, okay, we have a customer called uh, Kasumba, Kasumba, Kasumbalesa, wholesalers, yeah, wholesalers. Mm-hmm. Boxy, This side Kwamene, Congo. So phone number, I don't know. Maybe there in Congo they use a phone number like this. Okay. Yeah. So so after that we can have no, we can have something like tip in. You need to use this one. We don't know. So 1, 2, 3. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Assuming that's the tip in. Good. Exit. Now we create. Let's say these people have bought only credit. It's not everyone who will be buying on cash using cash sales. Okay. So these guys they have bought okay, maybe books here. All right. Yeah. Okay. How many? 50. Yeah. Then here, let's say they have bought also some beds which we are selling. Okay. How many? 60. Okay. So, all right. So let's say they have also Jewish scholar. Okay. How many? 120. Now, the last one, maybe they have bought this one. How many? Let's say 20. Yeah. Okay. So that's the invoice by 101,852. Save it. Right? Post. Send it to ZRA. Let's see what happens there. Yes, gone. All right. Good. So now, instead of previewing that, will not waste our time. We don't have time. We post it direct. Post. Yeah. Good. Yes. Yes. Now, here, let's see what has happened to the ledger. Okay. Kashumbalesa. How much is seated there? Kashumbalesa. Debtors, control account. Yes. So this is what they have. 101. So 101, write it for me. 101,852. Yeah. So, okay, we close that one, right? So now we go to our trial balance. Let's see, is it there or not? Okay. Yeah. Is it there or not? Okay. 101. Where is our debtors 101? Okay, here you can see debtors 101. Okay, is there. So that's where the Kasumbalesa is. So the other amount went to revenue here. Okay, yeah. At the end here, you can see even VAT it has changed. At the end here, we are still balancing automatically. Now, what if again they decided to buy? Okay, and they decided to buy this same Kasumbalesa people. They decided to buy one more item here. Okay, let's say this one. Yeah. Okay. They buy maybe two items. Okay, that's all. Then save, send it to ZRI. Wait, let it come. Does come. Okay. Then post it. Post it here. Okay. Yeah. Great. Let's go. Finalization. So now, if we go there under Gashumbalesa, we'll find the two invoices now seated there. Let's check. All right. Let's check what is happening there. Right. Yeah. Okay. We are saying this one is marked under debtors. So there are two invoices. Yeah. 1 for 2,000 here. Right. Now, What if you want to reverse this one? Because you can see the total here is 103. All right. Now we want to reverse this. Okay. What are we going to do? So now, mhm. So if you check our sales summary here, okay, before we do the reversal here, what is it showing here? Our sales summary, okay? Because in the sales summary, you need it for VAT, okay? Yeah. So if you are doing VAT, you might need the summarized one like this one. You can see there are three invoices which are there. The other one which we did for the castle, then this one is Kashumbalesa. It's written here, Kashumbalesa. Yeah. So now Kashumbalesa, you have that one, 2000. Now we are saying you want to reverse that invoices towards the wrongly done. Yeah. So what are we gonna do? Okay. So what you do is there is no issue here. Okay. So, um, first thing before you do that, let me emphasize, you need, if you are not too sure what you are reversing, always do this. Yeah. Always do this. Okay. From the sales report book, you do it. Sorry. What am I doing? From the sales report book, okay, you do it like this. Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Headquarter, that's the branch. Yeah. Then you can use maybe this one. If you want, you can use detailed. The ID number which you want to reverse is 15. So you get that ID number, very important, number 15. Okay, not 158. Check it. This 158, note it. I will show you how it will come about because you will need it as well. So you cross there, come here. Yeah. So how are you going to reverse that one? No issue. Okay. So now, you see, I can't amend this because the invoice is posted. So no matter what I do, nothing is going to work. So what I will do, I want to copy that invoice to reverse it. You select it here and click here. Okay, it's copied. Okay, now since it's copied now, it means that now I'll have a new number there which is assigned. So if it is not there, simply close this and reopen it. You come here and say, okay, yeah, this is the new number which is 16. So when you do this, so you can see this invoice has dropped now, the new number which has come here. So now you only need to select the reason why you are reversing it. Maybe this is a duplicate invoice. That's all. Then you can click here so that that message comes. Then you simply save it. Okay. Then that 16 now number comes there. You select it and let it go to that. I'm only assuming that we still have some connectivity. Yeah, it's still connected. So that invoice is reversed. Okay. So now, since it's reversed, let's post it. Okay. Now, some might not know to say how does the reverse works. It's automatically it becomes a credit note. If you view it here, you will see a credit note here. Okay. This is what you are reversing. Okay. You see, it says original tax credit note is reversal. The reason why you are reversing it also shows a duplicate invoice. Okay. Yeah. I think I've explained that. So we post here and move on. Okay, posted. Yeah, okay, done. So now, if you want to go and check in the ledger there, customer ledger, you click here and check here. Okay, Kasumbares, that invoice. Is it reversed? Yes or no? Ah, let us. You see, there is a minus in this one. Okay, so here credit note is canceling out. So you still come back to 101. That's way how it is. Everything is automatic. There is nothing like, no, you have to struggle. You don't have to struggle for anything. That's it. It's gone, that one. So now, the sales, we are done. So we see that the sales is automated to the trial balance there. Okay. How about this guy, the POS? What happens here? Suppose we want also to process those small receipts. Yeah. Now let's say assume that now what we want is just okay. Let's say beds. Yeah. We have beds here. Yeah. This one. Mhm. Quantity one. All right. So here, let's say uh, we have been given 1,100. I just want to show you what happens there. Okay, this is too much. Uh-uh. Let's change it. The change will be too much. Let's say, okay, let's say 1,000. Okay, like this. Yeah. So this is what we have. So no change there. So we save it there. Save it. Then come here, select it. Yeah. What happens? Starts going to ZRI. This is the POS. Then we say, okay, what happens? It's now sending everything. Finalizing, yes. Where is the receipt? I want to see it. Yeah. So here, since I don't have a printer, I'll cancel here. This is my POS receipt. This is the way how it looks like. Okay. It looks like that. Done? Yes. Then I can simply close it here. Okay. Everything's done. Okay, fine. So now, after that, I can close it. Yeah, here. So now, the receipt has gone now to receipt control account, which means that once the cashier comes back from the bank, you can join it to the bank. That one, how much was it? 1,000. Let's go and check the total balance. Okay, let's go and check our trial balance is there. Yeah, because now we have combined the number of things there, so we can with our trial balance here. Yes, so we can do this. We can do this. Yeah, let's see. We should be able to see a receipt control account now for one pin. So was it 1,000 or how much was that? Yes, here. Receipt control account. Because of the POS which we did, the other amount has gone into revenue here. Even if the VAT has also increased there. So when we check here down there, there's no difference whatsoever. Okay. Now, how do we know what is seated under POS? So you can simply come here, then you use your favorite report, which is this one, sales report under POS. You can do this so that you see what is seated there as well. Yeah, if that means that if you want to use the POS also, because the POS is also linked to ZRI. Okay, there you are. Have you seen? You have your VAT, the full amount there, everything. So when you subtract this from there, you have the net revenue. Okay, so it looks like that. So you have everything here. Now we are done with the sales. The expenses, I've shown you how to do the expenses. Now, let's assume that now we have ordered some merchandise. Okay. Yeah. From, let's say we are ordering some merchandise from, we are ordering the merchandise. Yeah, using the purchase order. Okay. We have the purchase order here. Okay. Let's say this is what we have, date of the purchase order there, the supply is there, department, let's say finance, okay, currency, let's say ZMW, that's the currency which we are using, delivery, COD, okay, payment terms, COD, quotation, yes, sometimes the quotation have some numbers. If there is no number, it's just say not applicable. So here, let's say, what are we ordering? The beds. Maybe this time around they are finished. We are ordering how many? 20. Okay, let's say 200. Because they move here. Cost value, each is going at, let's say 850. Okay. Is there any VAT? Let's say, let's say 600. let's say VAT, discount, nothing, VAT 16%. Okay. Hmm? So we save this one. Where do we save now? Okay, save here. Okay. If you want to print the order, then we can simply print it here. Purchase order. We print the purchase order. Carefully watch this one. Okay. You print your purchase order here. Okay. This is your purchase order. Everything is there. So this is the total amount. This is what you send to the supplier. Okay. Fine. So now the items, since it's COD, they have come in stores. All right. They have come in stores. All right. So come here, create the GRI. So here today, that's when they have come from this purchase order. Okay. Currency, it was Zambian kwacha. Who is the supplier? This one. So you select the supplier. You see it drops down there. Everything has come. So we are not changing anything. We are simply saving this one. Okay. Save here. Then now here, we'll simply match the GRIN to the purchase order, which is number 2. That one, you may have the papers. And what we do, post. Everything is complete. We posted it. Successive. Okay. Now, at this point, we exit. I want to take you back to the trial balance so that you don't lose the track. So that I explain it to you what has happened. And you have seen why I'm saying bookkeeping is a big thing. We can't do away from it. So feel there. Okay. So if you check carefully here, all right. If we check carefully, we have there is a new account which has been introduced called the GRIN suspense. Then there is also the stock account which has been introduced. So the stock account which is there, because those are part of the stock. So you can see there is a debit there, okay, and a credit of the same amount, right? We haven't dealt with the invoice. Mhm. So now let's see, assume these things came with the invoice. What are we going to do? No need to worry. Okay, you come here, supply invoice, and say, okay, what is the GRN number? That is the GRN number. Okay, then what date? Okay, you put the date which is on the invoice. Okay, so now here, what is it that you want to do? Is an invoice here. Select an invoice. All right. So what is the exchange rate? Is 1. This is a Zambian kwacha. Okay. What is the tax invoice number? Those invoice, smart invoice. So sometimes they start like this, 00. Then you have the thing like that. Then maybe it's like that. Then it's written, okay. Maybe this is the invoice number. From which supplier? This one. Okay. You see it drops there. Your job is to simply say, we are not doing anything. So this is the invoice number. Everything is there. So you simply say save. Okay. Then from there, you you do it like this. You are matching now the journal number 2, which is posted there. So with it, the GRIN matching. So posted there. Oh, so I need to say post here. Okay, post. Okay, done. Okay, okay. We are doing it. We have done that. So now here, if you want, if you want to also, you can finalize the ZRI part. Okay. Now I want to go that side because I will lose you. So the ZRI party to send that purchases to them, you need to come here local purchases. Then you can fill in there and send. But I want us to concentrate on the accounting part only. That is another topic. Yeah. So now here, let's see what has happened to our trial balance. Let me not lose your track. Okay, our trial balance, if you check here, it is like this. Okay, so have you seen that our trial balance is still balancing, but there is something that has changed. Where is our GRI suspense? Oh, it's gone. It's being replaced by now a creditor with how much? 139, 130. 139,000. This amount includes the VAT. Okay. 139,200. If you check, there is also empty VAT of 19,200 that has come in there. All right? Yes. So you see the way we are building your trial balance. Yes. So now, suppose we want to pay this. Because you see what they remember, what are we going to do? You come here and they say, okay, before we pay, let's see what is seated under suppliers ledger. That one. So you simply come here and say, oh, okay, what is seated here? Yes, what is seated there? Okay, so that is the creditor. Suppliers, we link them to creditors, we map them to creditors. So preview there. Okay. You see, the supplier ledger says this is the invoice seated there, a tax invoice, a smart invoice with 139,200, exactly the same amount there. All right. No opening balance loan. So now, okay, fine. We have that. So we are saying we want to pay that in full. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? We are going to say, okay, fine. mm, we come under purchases, you use the payment voucher, which is that one. So now when you come here, we are paying it today because it's a COD, okay, which is supplier, that one. Okay, what method of payment which we are, is it a check? If it's a check, you put the check number. If it is transfer, you simply say transfer. Yeah. What is the exchange rate? This is we are paying kwacha. So you see, exchange rate one. So select the invoice which you are paying. This is the invoice. You see, it comes the invoice automatically here. All right. So we are paying everything. So you say final payment. Final payment. So you need to save this. We are done. We save. So to print that one, the payment voucher, you simply do it like this. Okay. Yeah. Mm. So print this one. So this is the payment voucher which you have printed in. You are paying who? This supply. Okay, everything. It even writes in Kwacha here. Everything done. Right? So the only thing which you need to do is approve the the payment so that it goes to the ledger. You approve it like this. Please note that the voucher is now approved. So you say, okay, it's approved. In an event where you have approved it wrong, you can still reverse it here. Okay? You select that voucher, then you copy it. It will be reversed. But now I'm not doing it that way. I showed you how to reverse it the other side there. Yeah. Because of time, we are running out of time now. Okay? I want to show you now how it is seated now in the ledger here. Okay? So that we finalize quickly, we move on. Right? Good, good, good. Great. So creditors, let's see how it is seated there and you see whether it has zeroed. Yes, it has zeroed in. Now, you see the payment voucher will also copy the invoice number. You can see it says final payment. It has also copied the invoice number as well, so that it's easy for your reconciliation. So we have paid, this is gone. There's nothing remaining. Okay? That's way how you deal with the payments. Okay? We are done. Now, it has also introduced one account here, just here, so you may not see the creditors now. That amount of 139 has shifted to some account, and I'll tell you why. Yeah. You see now we don't have a creditors anymore, but replaced by payment control account with this. How much amount? 139,200. So this amount, once it appears in the bank, you simply transfer that amount to that cash book where it is showing. Then this payment control account is just the same like receipt control account, to be zero. Okay? Yeah. Now, before that, if you want a situation to see what is in payment control account, I think we can come here and say, okay. Let's see, I think we can get something here as well. Yeah. You can still get, because this is part of the cash book. So if I do this, yeah, you see, it shows me what is the pending there. So once you transfer everything, this account will be zero. Okay. Okay, good. So now, after that, we have done everything. So I think at this point, this is where we can leave it. Because now, at this point, we'll be able to see even, oh, no, 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 there's one more item before we go. What if that one, Kasumbalesa, the data, decided to pay part of it? Okay, how much is seated in Kasumbalesa? So you come to customer ledger, let's check how much is seated there. Okay, how much is seated in Kasumbalesa here? How much is seated in Kasumbalesa? Right? Okay. So debtors, Kasumbalesa, how much is seated? Okay, let's say they decide to pay 100,000 because I can see there is a balance of 100,000 here. Okay, they are paying that through yeah, they are paying it now, hard cash, but the money will be taken tomorrow. So what happens here? You use a receipt. They need a receipt because wherever they are going, they will require a receipt. So you get a receipt either directly here, it brings you here. This is a receipt copy. Then, if you are under invoices, okay, they are paying immediately there. Then you can still open your receipt here. All right. So here, let's say here, you can say maybe they are paying cash. If it is cash, the bank, you say cash, because yeah, unless if there is a bank transfer, you can put the bank transfer which they have used. The bank name itself. Okay. So now here, I will say we are not, it's not the staff paying. What is the date when they are paying? They are paying today. How much are they paying? We said 100,000. Yeah, yeah. So what's the invoice number? You put the invoice number there. It was, I think it was, I can't remember. Yeah, anyway, you have the invoice. If you can't remember, you get the invoice and put the correct thing here. Okay? Yeah, okay. Maybe something like this, 158. Let's say that's the invoice number. Okay? So, which customer is paid? Is Kasumbalesa. We select Kasumbalesa then. That's all. And save. Okay? Then now, if you want to print a receipt for this, I think it's possible to print a receipt as well. Because if you don't print a receipt, what are they going to take where they are going? So you can print the receipt here. This is the receipt for 100,000 kwacha. You give it to who? Kasumbalesa here. Okay? Bank name, we are saying cash because they paid cash. All right? Yeah. Once you print, you give them. They go with it. So the next thing you need to authorize here. Okay? Post. Post. Yes. Yeah. In an event you have made a mistake, you can still reverse this. You come here, you select the receipt to reverse here, copy it, then you can, that's it, you reverse it. The normal way we did, I think I've shown you the other side there. I don't have to redo it again. Yeah. Things like that. Yeah. So, in an event that receipt you have realized to say it was not supposed to be posted to the 18th, but maybe 1st January, you can select that number, then you assign the date here where you want the receipt to go. Yeah, as simple as that. So, exit here. Exit here. We are concluding now. We have spent too much time here. So now, if you check under trial balance now, you will find that the receipt control has now increased because of that payment from this guy. Yeah. So, okay. Yeah. You see, receipt control has 100 plus that 1,000 which came from POS. So that's the thing. So that's way how it works. So the data has reduced by 100,000 because of that payment from that Kashumbares. Yeah. So we have everything balancing there. So if you check that receipt, what has it done to the balance in that customer? Has it changed the balance? Yes, it has changed the balance for that customer. Yeah, by knocking out 100,000 kwacha. Mm-hmm. Yeah, here. You see, it has knocked out that 100,000, which they paid through a receipt. Okay, cash there, receipt. They have paid, and it has copied the invoice number and everything. So there is only one pin something which has remained this, which we are seeing under the 12 balance there. So, yeah, so now, so since the money hasn't gone to the bank, so if you still come here, here, cash book, okay, you preview or you review whatever is pending going to the bank, you come here and do this. You see, it's showing the 100,000 pending, not yet gone to the bank. Okay, like that. Once it goes to the bank, you simply remove it from there. It goes to the bank. That's it. Gone. Yeah, that's it. So we are done as far as we are concerned. I think we are done. We can end here. I will say thank you so much. I think I'll put whatever you needed. This will help you a lot. Yeah. So bye bye for now. This is where we can say bye bye.